Hi, Audrey Linden. This was the moment that I realized I was dating my father. No, not literally dating my father, but you know how everything unlike itself comes up? And I was a student in the Course of Miracles, and I just wonder, why all these bad relationships? And my dad had dark hair and dark eyes, brown, dark brown, and was very remote, passive aggressive. And no, I didn't have much of a relationship, a nurturing relationship with my father. I mean, I remember up to the age of 3, it was pretty good. You know, they were older, they were German, Jewish, escaped the Holocaust. My dad was, late, almost early 50s. My mom was about 45 when I was born, and they didn't have a clue how to raise children, and my dad just was very remote. Up to the age of 3, he was great, so thank goodness for that. He put me on his shoulders, and we went for walks with my dog Butchie. But my relationships with men, it was always guys that came on and then rejected, and I would cry and my heart would be broken. And I made a point not to date anyone with dark eyes and dark hair, because that's dad, you know. And I thought it was just the physical description. And then I flipped for a guy who had dark eyes and dark hair, wonderful white skin, a really attractive guy. And going through a divorce, passive aggressive. I didn't know the term then, but I know he would be so loving and friendly to me, and then when I would try and respond or I'd want to hold his hand or do something, he'd push my hand away. And I spent many nights crying over this. And no, the law of attraction, it's supposed to work. But then when I got deeper into the Course of Miracles, the law of attraction will bring you everything you need to heal. And it just, one night, just so glaring, because I was just so loving to him, so very loving, and in front of people, and got this remote, stiff, cold guy. And it was like, what did I do? And suddenly that night, just torrents and torrents of crying and tears up the whole night. And it went like, bang, it just went off like this. It was like, you're dating your father. And I went, oh my God. You know, yeah, he looks like my father. That's what it took finally, was to have someone who looked like my father physically. And I knew what I had to do. I had to heal that within me, so I would stop attracting the unhealed business in myself. I knew I had to heal that. So I stayed up the whole night. I journaled. I highly recommend that. I journaled in my notebook, and I said everything I wanted to say to my father, the good, the bad, the ugly. The anger came out, the tears came out, the feeling of, wasn't I good enough, the rejection. And I knew what I had to do was not date this fellow. I just knew that in order to heal this, but I had to heal it within me first. And so I got to where I could be around him, be in the same room with him, and I also had to forgive my father. So I took a photograph that I had of my father when he was a child. I could relate to him when he was a child before he became this stern man. And I talked to the photo of my father, and I said, I love you and I forgive you. And I kept saying that, I love you and I forgive you. And healing finally took place, and I don't think I'm attracting men like my father anymore. I'm not dating my father, and it took this one man and that one moment for me to realize that. Audrey Linden.